Guys, please give it up for him. The guys that are in wheelchair.
Dylan, deserves the popularity because he's a great guy. I've said it before, these guys are heroes to me. They really are. They turned their handicap into something that inspires a lot of people, including myself.
Would you please welcome Dylan Alcott?
People seem to like you.
I think it's for you, isn't it?
We can share. I started playing wheelchair tennis when I was about 10, 11 years old, and to really change my life. I met people that were similar to me. I got fitter, it put a smile on my face, and yeah, look at me now. I've travelled the world, lucky enough to win, Grand Slams and gold medals, and it really was the best decision that I ever made. And for any young person out there with a disability, in a wheelchair, amputee, whatever it is, go over here to tennis because you'll love it.
2019 Australian Open quad singles champion. He's done it again from Australia, Dylan Alcott. Down the middle, he raises his arms. The world number one is now the Paralympic champion in the quad singles.
Yeah, I was born with a tumour wrapped around my spinal cord that was cut out when I was only a couple of days old. So I was always, in a wheelchair, and I used to love being in a wheelchair. Then when I reached about 12, 13, 14, everything became different. I couldn't keep up with my friends as much. I started getting bullied about my disability as well. And I started believing them and became embarrassed about who I was. And it ruined my life. It really did. And I never thought I'd get over it. I sat at home for a whole year thinking these people didn't like me. But the only reason that they did is because they weren't that uneducated about disability. And I didn't really do anything to educate them on it. One of the best things I ever did was started playing sport. It gave me the confidence to be proud of who I was, and when I started being proud of who I was and proud of my disability, I realised that then everybody else became proud of it as well. And it was a real turning point in my life. And I was lucky that I was able to overcome that. And for a lot of young people with disabilities, they're not. And I wanted to help those people, be proud of who they are. When I was 15, I played basketball one day as a bit of a joke, and then 2.5 years later, I became the youngest ever wheelchair basketball gold medalist. So when I was 16, I had a tough choice to either quit tennis or quit basketball. I decided to quit tennis. It was a great decision. I won a gold medal and a silver medal playing wheelchair basketball in Beijing and London. And then after London, realised that I missed tennis, came back to tennis, and yeah, it's been a great choice as well. It's always been in the back of my mind that I wanted to write a book. I thought I would have done it in 10 years though. I'm only 28 years old, wrote the book when I was 27. And can you believe it? It is sold out in the whole of Australia. It's on the bestseller list, so now I'm a best-selling author. For a guy that didn't realise he could spell, it's pretty amazing. I wrote it for two reasons. One, to entertain people, to put a smile on people's face, but also to help people, any person that isn't proud of their difference, to be proud of who they are. Because when somebody has a car accident, they think their life's over because everybody thinks their life's over, but it's not. You can still play sport, have sex, travel, do whatever you want to do, but there is this perception that you can't. And I'm honest in the book. I talk about everything, and it's been really cool and really well received. So I hope it gets into more hands and more people can enjoy it. G'day Renee, how you doing? It's Dylan Alcott here. I'm here in Bendigo with Siobhan. What's up? Hopefully get to catch up one day, but keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. She'll love it.
Yeah, I started the Dylan Alcott Foundation a couple of years ago to help young Australians with disabilities, help them fulfil their potential in whatever they want to do. So our first fundraiser for the Dylan Alcott Foundation was a music festival called Ability Fest. It was a music festival for anybody, no matter their age, gender, race, all their abilities. The only difference was we gave free tickets to people with disabilities. We had platforms so people in wheelchairs could see. We had sign language on stage for every lyric spoken. It was the best day of my life because the amount of families that came up to me in tears saying thank you because they could now bring their brother or their sister to a music festival for the first time was so cool. And I've had some incredible opportunities. I have my own radio show nationwide in Australia. I broadcast the Australian Open. I commentate, I interview. Everywhere I go, people want to stop and get a photo, and it's so cool, man, because 5-6 years ago when I played tennis, there was 10 people there, and it was probably my family. Now, there's millions of people watching it on TV. It's just so cool, and I just want to leave the sport in a better position for the next generation of young athletes, so it's a bit easier for them to get wheelchair, to get sponsors, to get crowds, because they deserve it. We all deserve it. Every single player that's here deserves it, and yeah, to be at the forefront of that is pretty special.